The Fed is really worried about inflation. That's our top story today on the Wall Report. I'm your host, Greta Wall. The major indices are all lower today as traders await the minutes from the Fed's March meeting. Several Fed officials have also made hawkish comments in the past 24 hours, spooking the market. Philadelphia Fed President Patrick Harker becoming the latest to sound the alarm on inflation today. In a speech, Harker said, quote, "Inflation is running far too high, and he is acutely concerned about it." He also said he's worried the Fed will lose its ability to accurately predict future inflation pressures. And Harker's comments come a day after two traditional Fed doves made similar statements on Tuesday. Fed Governor Lael Brainard saying she expects the upcoming balance sheet reduction to be rapid and saying it could begin as early as the May meeting. San Francisco Fed President Mary Daly also addressing inflation on Tuesday, saying, quote, "Inflation is as harmful as not having a job." And now the market has its focus on 2 p.m. Eastern, as that's when the bank releases the minutes from its March meeting. Traders are hoping for more clarity on the bank's plans for reducing the balance sheet from that summary. And Treasury yields are up following those Fed speeches. The spread between the 2-year and 10-year yield turning positive after inverting late last week. The 10-year yield is up about 7 basis points to 2.62% after hitting its highest level since March of 2019 earlier this morning. The 2-year yield is flat meantime at 2.53%, but the curve between the 5-year and the 30-year yield still remains inverted. And the spike in the 10-year yield has caused a fresh spike in mortgage rates. Mortgage rates do closely track the movement of the 10-year Treasury yield. Mortgage News Daily shows the average 30-year fixed contract rate sitting at 5.02%. It's the first time that these rates have surpassed 5% since 2011. And those surging rates are pushing more buyers out of the housing market. Mortgage Bankers Association says total mortgage application volume fell 6% last week and was down 41% year over year. Refinance applications tumbled 10% weekly and plunged 62% annually, while new purchase applications were down 3% weekly and 9% lower year over year. The average 30-year rate during that time period rose to 4.9% from 4.8%, increasing for the fourth straight week. And as we see from today's new numbers, those rates have already gone up again. And oil prices are flat, a little bit lower today, amid a new round of sanctions against Russia and continued demand concerns. West Texas Intermediate crude futures slipping 0.6% to just over $101 per barrel. Brent crude futures down 0.6% as well to about 106 per barrel. The U.S. announced a new round of sanctions against Russian elites today, targeting Russian President Vladimir Putin's adult daughters for the first time. Those sanctions also target Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov's wife and daughter, the former president and prime minister, as well as the current prime minister. Two large Russian banks, Sberbank and Alfa Bank, also being hit with full blocking sanctions for the first time, with carve-outs for energy purchases for now. President Biden is also set to sign a new order banning any new American investments in Russia. And this new round of sanctions is being coordinated with G7 allies as well as the European Union. But oil demand concerns remain as China did extend the COVID lockdown in Shanghai. Now in earnings news, Tilray Brands is surging more than 14% after turning a surprise profit in the latest quarter. The company reported earnings of 9 cents per share on just under $152 million in revenue. Now that beat analysts' expectations for a profit loss, but revenue was short of estimates. Tilray did reaffirm its revenue guidance and said it's on track to achieve $4 billion in revenue by the end of fiscal 2024. Now, Spirit Airlines shares are falling today despite a huge buyout offer from JetBlue. Spirit said its board is considering the $3.6 billion offer. JetBlue offered Spirit $33 per share, which is a 40% premium to Spirit's planned cash and share merger with Frontier. Frontier shares also tumbling as this offer threatens to kill that merger. Spirit said its board will, quote, pursue the course of action it determines to be in the best interest of Spirit and its stockholders. And the White House has extended the pause on federal student loans for the 6th time. Excuse my dog here. That pause was extended until September 1st. President Biden saying that it would be risky to resume student loan payments right now. The moratorium pauses both payments and all interest accrual on those loans. The White House says only 1% of borrowers have continued to pay during this time. Do you have any student loan debt, and what have you done during this time? Let me know in the comments. I do have a little bit of a student loan left, and I've still been paying. No interest accrual means my payments go straight to principal, and that loan will be gone sooner than planned. Be sure you subscribe to my Coffee with Greta newsletter to get all the details on the Fed minutes tomorrow morning. Also, follow me on Twitter and TikTok. I'll be breaking down the minutes there as well as soon as they're released at 2 p.m. Eastern. I'll see you all back here for the Wall Report tomorrow. Hit that subscribe button.